up with tons of 2 cycles, and I had nowhere to put them, so they are literally in a chaotic mess out here. But I have some that I know I can fix. Hey y'all, thanks for getting back into Chickanic. I hope everybody's having a great day. Today's a little different. I let y'all know about 11 days ago that I was getting electricity at the shop, and I was super excited. But you know what? It doesn't matter how much you rush to get ready for them and are eagerly anticipating their arrival, they might not show up. So yeah, there's our box, still not hooked up. We already had the ditch dug and we put the pipe in and pulled a rope so they're able to pull the wire, because they will charge you more if you don't do that, and been patiently awaiting them for the last 11 days. So it's now 8:50. I don't know if they're going to show up today or not. They said they were. We'll see. So it is a brisk 30 degrees this morning. I do not do winter. I know a bunch of you northerners are gonna be like, oh, that's nothing. This girl don't do it. I just want to hibernate for real. So I guess if I gotta wait on them all day, I might as well make myself useful and turn some trash into treasure. Now, as y'all know, when we moved from our storefront, we had a ton of equipment that customers had left over the years. Either they didn't want to put the money into to repair, or it wasn't worth fixing. So I ended up with tons of 2 cycles, and I had nowhere to put them, so they are literally in a chaotic mess out here. But I have some that I know I can fix. Let me move this back. I have an Echo trimmer here that looks brand new, okay? Like, this thing was ran one time, and I've had it since June of 2021. So changed fuel and check running. When the customer brought it in, it had straight gas in it, and it is locked up. But it is a PAS system to where you can switch out the attachments. It's got a blade kit on it. Oh, if I could get this thing running, I could use it. Get this one out of here. There it is. I've got an Echo over here. That I think has everything wrong with it but a good engine. So what do you guys think? You think I can make one awesome trimmer out of 2 duds? I think I can. All right, so I thought it would be pretty interesting to see how fast I can do this. I don't know why, but I went ahead and took the end off. That way I don't need it on there while I'm doing all this. And I've got my T27 torque bit, and I'm just gonna start tearing it apart. Everything is coming off here because I wanna use all this new stuff on the other one. So let's start with the top cover. I've got so many choices. Let's remove my plug. And while I have y'all here, I want to give a huge thanks to everybody that watched the last video. I think we've gotten over like 4,000 comments for the giveaway, and that's awesome. Too bad I don't have 4,000 blowers to give away, but somebody is going to be a lucky winner, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to announce that probably this weekend. I also announced that I started Chickanic's Mechanics membership. Thank you to all of you that signed up. That was awesome. And what's cool about it is every time I get on YouTube, it's one click and I can see every single one of you. I can see who leaves comments. My big boot stuff. And it highlights you to where I'm able to see everything that you put on there. So it's a much easier way if you want me to, you know, respond back to you. So thank you all so much, especially to the elite people. We got some really cool insider secret videos coming up for you. I am doing a live stream. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take the air filter and carburetor off and the carburetor mounting block. I am going to be doing a live stream on Thursday. If anybody would like to join in the beginning of the live stream, we're going to be doing it open for everybody and do that for probably about 20-30 minutes, and then we're going to switch to members only. So let's see here. Carburetor comes up. We're going to went ahead and remove this block, although I'm not sure because it's a different serial brake. The other one looked a lot older than this one did. Sometimes they have a different mounting block, so. And those are put in with Loctite, just letting you know, so. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tank. Also put in with Loctite. We've got a screw on the bottom of the rewind going through the tank. That one's still in there just a little bit. Going to unplug my kill wires. And I'm going to leave the carburetor attached to the gas tank and the throttle cable because all this is coming off at once. So I'm going to go ahead and remove, there's 2 screws on the bottom of my clutch, 2 screws on the bottom of my clutch housing and 2 on the top. We're going to take the whole thing. So. Oh, we got one more on this muffler plastic base right here. They Loctited this whole thing. So, is that it? That's all of them. All right, little prong it was stuck on. There we go, sweet. Everything looks brand new. The clutch housing looks perfect. I mean, I think this was literally ran like one time with straight gas in it. So set this all over to the side. Might as well go ahead and remove the rewind. We'll just keep that attached because it's all going to go on the new one. And I don't know yet. Once we get to the new one, we'll see how the clutch and the starter pawl assembly is because we might not need it. So I know the coil worked on that one because it did pop off for me. I might, just because this one's prettier, take the muffler off. Yeah, I'm taking the muffler off. So this thing was ran with straight gas and it is super locked up. I can't turn it at all, but check this out. I can turn it the other way so far, turn it this way so far. Something is broken inside. So I want to look inside and see what happened. Let's tear it up. What? Oh, it's not T27. It doesn't look like it. No. It's a hex head. Okay. Oh, well, that's weird. So I couldn't find my hex head. So I was like, maybe if I turn it upside down and try to twist it, I can see if maybe it's the rod, because then it won't have any resistance on the rod wherever it's jammed up. And look, it turns fine. It broke the rod underneath. Wow. You don't see that every day, or something. Something stuck up underneath there. Let's turn it back. It's gonna turn fine for a while until that rod gets lodged again. That's weird. You don't see that. All right, so I've got everything off that I might want to use, and let's tear apart the other one. Now this one was left at the shop because they brought it in and said the head would not turn anymore, and the reason that it would not turn is because the gearbox was completely screwed up. So it was going to be $100 for another attachment, but on top of that, they let it sit around for a long time before they even brought it to the shop. So the grommet going into the tank needed to be replaced. The fuel lines are hard as a rock. It needs carburetor kit. So it was going to end up costing probably about $180 to fix a trimmer that you can get for 200 bucks. So they never come back and pick it up for the $15.50 diagnosing fee. They just leave it with me. So let's tear it up. Well, I've come to a slight predicament. This is the new 2020 model that I took apart. This is out of the older one that's probably, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years old. And as you can see, the flywheels look different. Now, this is not an issue, other than the fact that these black flywheels were plastic, okay? And I know, pretty much remember there was an issue with these. I don't know if they lost fire or if the flywheel key came out or broke or it melted. I don't remember what the issue was, but there was an issue because I remember doing warranties on these and switching them to the metal ones. But this one was working. I mean, do I want to remove 2 clutches and 2 flywheels right now? Not really. And the pads on this clutch are still pretty decent, and that wasn't the issue for this trimmer. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with this one, hold on to that one definitely for when this one does mess up. And I'm just gonna roll with it. So it also looks like the carburetor mounting block is the same, so I don't have to worry about that. The coil, I'm gonna keep using this one until it dies. Echo, they sometimes have issues with their coils. I'm gonna hold on to that new one. That way I have a backup in case I ever need it, or for another unit that I'm working on, because that's a really good coil. So let's start putting it back together. All right, guys, let's see if she runs. I'm some good fuel in there because the gas I took out of there was rank, just saying. It's been sitting for a couple of years. Even though it did have fuel stabilizer in it, which I know most of you say that doesn't work. I do use ethanol shield and everything. I leave it in the description box below if you want to get yourself some. It might not help at all, but all I know is my stuff starts every time I go to try to use it. And my good equipment, if it's my steel equipment, my echo equipment, it's gonna start even if I let it sit or use it like one time a year. My backpack blowers that I use one time a year, they'll always start. My Shindawa trimmers always start. Okay, let's see. Well, guys, that's the fix. Check it out. It's cutting at least a good 1 inch tree. So this is things that you don't want to break your chainsaw out for a lot of times because all this spindly stuff can get caught between your chain and your bar and make your chain pop off. So this thing is perfect for that, and it ran great. Well, guys, this video probably saved you no time, money, or frustration, but it did me. So thanks again for tuning in. If you find yourself coming back over and over again to my channel, think about subscribing. It helps the algorithm out to help this video shown to more people to save them time, money, and frustration in the future. If you haven't found me at Facebook, find me at facebook.com/Chickanic. Find me on Instagram at TheRealChickanic, or find me at Chickanic.com where you get your own t-shirts, hoodies, and long sleeve shirts. Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Oh, and for all you guys wondering, do you think that the energy company showed up today? No, they didn't. And after waiting around half a day for them, I call and they say, oh, well, it's December 26th. It's still their holiday, so they pushed you back another day. We'll see if they show up tomorrow.